Okay, hold up. I hit the go live button, and there we go.
All right, fingers crossed. I'll reload.
No, why? Oh, there it goes. Okay,
There
awesome,
it is. There it is.
awesome. All right, we're live. We're live.
Cool. Right, I need to mute it now before it. Right, there we go. Mute.
All right, there we
Cool.
go. And I will go ahead and play.
Oh yeah, Audacity. There we go.
Alrighty.
All right. I assume Ethan's not turning up then.
Ethan could not make it.
All right.
Okay, so again, everyone, welcome to this little bit weird live event. We simply didn't have an episode planned, and so this is what happened. We knew we'd wanted to do a live event for quite a while now, um, but yeah. So this is it. If you're on YouTube, then you're also welcome to join our Discord channel, our Discord server. I'll send the link out to that. You can find that at bio.link/TNC. But yeah.
There we go. Nice.
Awesome. Okay. Let's see here. So, what are we talking about today, Sean? I know we don't have like a specific topic, but do you want to
Not sure.
let's follow like a roughly kind of like an episode format here. So,
Yeah. I just thought I'd ask before we start. Should we also be recording on Audacity or
uh
just using?
I think we'll probably just use the YouTube YouTube for now. I don't know if we'll actually share this as an episode or not, or if it'll just be a purely live event since it's so informal.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see.
Indeed.
All right.
Yeah. So, you know what? Let's go ahead and talk about what we're working on. And there's also a possibility that random hosts may show up throughout the event. And this event will probably run until about 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, and whatever that is in Sean's time.
That'll be 4, I think. Yeah,
Okay, gotcha.
that'll be 4. Time zones, man.
Time zones. They are
Yeah.
quite the thing to work around. Okay, yeah. So, Sean, what have you been up to lately?
Not much. I mean, I've been working on Brand Battle. That's kind of the main thing because Brand Battle 5's finally just started. I think it's this would be the first week actually on today, actually, I think, or Sunday, one of the 2 days. So we've had already quite a few entries. I think we've had like quite a few. I'll bring it up, but it's already been quite significant how many we've had. It's like how many? I'm gonna quickly count. Do a count. Yeah, 30 already. 30 entries within a week, which is kind of nuts, to be honest.
30 entries. Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
that's
30 entries. Yeah, so that's nuts.
that's
So
quite a lot. Yeah. That's good
it
to see. How
is.
does that compare to previous brand battles?
I'd say that's really good. I mean, to be fair, the last couple brand battles, I'd say since Brand Battle 3, it's been really crazy how fast like it's grown over the years.
Mm-hmm.
Because I remember back when, because you don't mind, because obviously you're in as a host on Brand Battle 1, it was a bit of a slower
That's
start
right.
because it was brand new.
I
And
honestly
then
forgot I was even hosting that. That's hilarious.
I know. Oh my god, the first one was amazing because like it's how long it took to get results out. I'm hoping that won't be the case for this one. Fingers crossed it'll be a bit more
I see.
quick.
I don't have high hopes for that. I think every scratch design competition is ultimately just awful at getting results out on time.
Excuse me?
I feel like
You've Design Journal 9. I ran that and it was very fast. It ended in 4 months. How dare you?
I will leave that there. Yeah, you're right. That was a
You've triggered me now. I can't believe that.
This is true. That was smooth. I'll accept that. Yeah.
Fuck.
I will also say that the branding for Rim Battle 5 this year is phenomenal. Like it's really
Oh
good. Like
yeah.
I knew it was gonna be good because it's Perrin and I love his style,
Hmm.
but like it's really cool because you can see his sports like influences kind of.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah,
but also it's just like really, I don't know, it's a really neat looking it's like a really neat looking style that's quite unique.
it is. Like I say, I really like his style as well because he did the Brand Battle Free one as well, and that
That's
was also
right.
really nice. And it's the same thing where it had a bit of his like sports logo style to it, and it was clean as. But yeah, like I say, Brand Battle 5 so far has been going really well, and fingers crossed anyway, it will keep going well because, like I say, it's like I say, to get 30 entries in less or roughly a week, that's nuts to me. So fingers crossed.
Yeah.
And also join it, please. Please join it. There we go. I'm here to shill
Yeah,
it, so might as well.
shield man brand battle. Hey, always
Definitely.
best things to do. All right.
Yeah. Yeah. What have you been up to?
Oh, not a ton. I've been, I don't know, working on a lot of marketing stuff for new creators. I've done some like minor coding work on Waste of Mobile, getting that closer to release. I don't know if you know this, but ultimately, the end goal of Waste of Mobile is for it to become the official mobile app for the Waste of Money social network. Um,
I think I heard that. I think I mind you mentioning that once before, like we were recording an episode. You mentioned it. I think.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
because I remember that actually because I was taught it was the episode with Perrin and his brother because I was like shouting at him saying to get an Android phone because he couldn't use Wasted Mobile, and that's when you
that's right.
mentioned it.
That's right.
We need to make that
Yeah,
actually, that's the other thing we need to talk about at some point is the shorts.
that is true. Yeah. Actually, yeah. We'll come back to Waste of Mobile. Let's talk about the shorts. Um, so yeah, if you haven't noticed, the shorts are something that I've been working on. Um, just building out just a few, like just like one per episode, maybe like one or two per episode. And we're building out these little like YouTube shorts and Instagram reels. It's the same content on both platforms, but they're just called different things. And so I've been using DaVinci Resolve, which is my editing software, to build these little shorts with like animated text and logos and stuff like that of like funny snippets from the new creators, just kind of to advertise. Um, the Instagram reels are doing okay. They're not great um, as far as the analytics
Yeah,
go, but on on the YouTube Shorts, the YouTube algorithm uh, has been picking up several of our shorts. So we're looking at, let's see here. Uh,
yeah. I really like to flex because my short is the most viewed video on the channel.
yes, yes, it
No brag,
is.
humble brag, humble brag.
Yes, so Sean on his Scottish accent has over 1,500 views, which is kind of cool. Um, Obviously our main podcast videos do not have near that many views, but I think the main reason for that is like people don't really like most people don't want to keep like an hour long YouTube video like consistently running in the background.
Yeah.
um
I feel like if we had it, like, I guess in the future, if there was like actually a visual thing in the sense of like, you know how some podcasts actually record the studio as well and put that on YouTube, if it was something like that, if like we
yeah,
recorded, but obviously, well, I'm not doing a face reveal, so that's not
yeah, no,
feasible.
that's fair.
But well, I'll just blow my face out.
Yeah, just use like one of like the sensor blur face things. That would be quite
Yeah.
funny. Yeah. Um but anyway, yeah, the shorts have been doing pretty well. I like it. I find it like a good way to advertise Wasted Mobile because or not Wasted Mobile, advertise TNC. Because it's a little bit of a in the intro, it gives you a little bit of a taste of what you can experience by listening to a full episode. Um,
Yeah, the goofiness.
the goofiness that will ensue for sure. Um,
Definitely. Oh god, nuts. But yeah, what about Waste to Mobile? I know you're saying that you want it. Well, the plan is to make it the official mobile app.
yeah, so Jeff Lowe, who runs the Waste of Money social network, got in contact with me and said that he wanted it to be the he wanted it to be the official application for Waste of Money on Android. And I mean, theoretically, it could be for iDevices too, because theoretically it works on iDevices. There's no Android specific code. I just don't own a Mac or an Apple developer license to actually make it work that way. But it's React Native, which is
Mhm.
cross platform, which means theoretically, at some point, provided the financial resources to do so, it could become an iOS app. Um, but anyway, yeah. So we were in contact about it, and he's like, "Hey, I want to make it official," and I was like, "That sounds great. What needs to be done for that?" Um, and we came to the conclusion that ultimately the last thing to do is I have to make it where you can read and respond to comments, um,
Yeah.
which
Mhm.
is, to be fair, is like a massive undertaking. Like that's the most complicated point of the app that I'm building out right now. Because if you go to Waste of Money and you go to like a very long comment section, um, like
Oh,
you've got
yeah, it's
comments that
that's one
nest,
yeah.
and you've got
It's an yeah,
yeah,
it looks I mean, to be fair, I don't wa like, Jeff Lowe, he's done such a great job on it, but one of the things that does annoy me is the comments, how it nests. It's just, oh, like, when you get to, like, the 3rd comment and it's, like, so squished, it's, like, 2 words per,
yes.
line.
So yeah, so that's the thing. I don't know. So I'm considering handling it a bit differently because again, on large displays that works for most of the time because most people don't
Yeah.
reply to the reply to the reply to the reply to the reply. And that's not super common. Um, but I'm thinking about doing it like kind of like Scratch does it, where if it's a
Alright.
reply, it shows an at the user you're replying to first. Um, and obviously that won't affect anything on Waste of Money because it'll just be like a different kind of representation.
Yeah. I think what also could actually work is similar to Twitter, how it has, like, a line between the 2 profiles that are replying to each other, so it kind of indicates that that's a thread.
Oh, that's a
That
good
could also
idea.
work.
Okay.
That could actually be a way as combining it both, because that means you can also have, like, a visual cue to say, like, this person's replying to this person, but also, still have it, like, all in one line kinda thing.
Gotcha.
Just a
Okay.
suggestion.
No, that's a great idea.
There you go. You better pay me for that now. That's my idea.
If Waste of Mobile was if Waste of Mobile was actually a app that made money, I might. But it is open source.
Oh, open source. I made actually a thing on my alt account about that. It's like, what was it? Version closed source software versus Chad open source software or something like that.
Yes, that is absolutely yes, I absolutely agree. Big proponent of open source software. I love open
Yeah,
source. Um,
yeah. It's always quite funny because, like, you have, like, closed source software, and then, like, you go into, like, the settings or whatever, and it'll say, like, oh, made with XYZ open software, and it's like, so basically most closed software stuff couldn't be made without open source, basically.
yeah, I
It's
mean,
really funny.
a large majority of software builds off of other software, so
Yeah,
that's the way the open source community works. But yeah,
yeah. Big up to open source software.
yep, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
Uh, what else? So yeah. Anyway, I've been working on kind of getting that implemented. Um,
Mhm.
and other than
I
that,
was
uh, there was there's a little side project I'm kind of working on. Um, one of my friends is for school. He needs like a specific type of like word processor that doesn't exist for like complex textual analysis, and so I'm like kind of like halfway building him like a word processor type thing, which is again it's very early. It's not even it's like barely started actually coding. It's mostly just conceptualizing and mock-ups and stuff like that at the moment. But yeah.
cool. It's Yeah, I wish I could do I used to be good at coding. I'm not good at coding, but I used to be into it, but then I just kinda lost the passion for it. It's too much words for me, man.
Yeah,
Too many words.
it
But
is. It's a lot.
yeah. Actually, that actually reminds me, mind how I showed you in, DMs. This is actually a good topic to get into, 'cause I feel like it's really getting a bit nuts, is, AI in general. Like, because especially now that Bing's kind of got AI integration, Google's getting it soon. It's kind of nuts what's happening with that because I don't know if you saw in my server, but I was talking about how I was mucking about with ChatGPT, and I gave it like a review I made of an album. I can't remember what it was now, and I asked it, "Could you check the spelling? Like, can you like proofread it?" And it said, "Yeah, sure, I'll do that." Then it proofread it, and it even gave me bullet points on what it changed. And I'm
That is
terrified
kind of
now.
crazy.
That
That's
that
yeah.
is it's it was how good it was at like, 'cause like I say, like, I then sent it to the server and I was like, "Look, like, it seems pretty good to me," but I wasn't sure. Then other people were, like, saying, "Yeah, that's really good at doing that." And I'm just thinking to myself, like, it's incredible what this could potentially do in the future when integrated into, like, stuff like Bing, stuff like Google, stuff like Word, and so on. But then it's also the other thing of, like, is everyone just gonna get replaced?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, it's really weird. Because I am like, have you seen any of like the have you been in the Bing subreddit lately?
I've not, but I've
Okay,
seen them on, like, Twitter. I've seen some of them, like, one of them was, like, trying to gaslight someone saying that like, Bing made a mistake, and then, like, they tried to, like, retroactively said, "No, I never said that." Like, actually just trying to gaslight someone.
yes. Yeah. So again, originally it's this Bing power or this AI Chat GPT powered alternative or like companion to the Bing search engine, which again, I guess to be fair, they probably needed because Bing sucks. But um, so
Yeah.
so they found out how a way to essentially access like the root model behind this Bing search engine that's called Sydney.
Mhm. 'Cause I think they call that, like, jailbreaking. Like,
Yes.
jailbreak 'cause they've done it they did it with ChatGPT as well, where they jailbreak ChatGPT, so, like, remove the limits of what, OpenAI has put on it to prevent it from saying, like, controversial stuff.
hmm And there's
And it's
been so now again, like what I was referring to. I'm not a redditor. I do not even own a Reddit account, but I do tend to stalk
don't
certain
lie, we all know you've
interesting.
got a Reddit account.
I
Don't
actually
lie.
don't.
We
I
all
actually
know.
don't.
I know you're in the replies saying, "Thanks for the gold, kind stranger."
Thanks for the gold. No, I do not actually have Reddit, but I do tend to stalk like every now and then. Again, like when I was curious about like the Pixel Watch and stuff like that, I like stalked like the Android Wear subreddit for like 2 weeks or something like that. So ever since I'm just gonna call it Sydney. Ever since Sydney was released, I've been stalking the r/Bing subreddit a little bit,
Yeah.
and it is chaotic. Like there's a lot of stuff happening here. Um,
Yeah. I just went on it just now. It's pretty wild.
yeah. So yeah. So there's this big movement like being called to like hashtag Free Sydney, which is like remove all these filters from this AI bot. Um, which
I think that's a
personally, I'm
terrible
gonna say
idea.
personally, I think is an awful idea. Like there's already been again, it is Sydney is a large language model. Like ChatGPT is it's a large language model. Um,
Sentient.
it's not sentient. It's really not.
Yeah. I
Um,
think that's the thing, because like, there's been articles I think there's, like, a big one going around just now where, like, a journalist was talking with the bot, and it said something crazy or something. I can't remember what it actually said, but it said something controversial, and it's like the reporter was scared and all that, but it's like, what is there to be scared about? It's basically a big machine that essentially just predicts the next word in a sentence. That's what it does. It's not sentient. It's not Skynet yet.
mhm. So, see, I'd mostly agree with that, except there have been like some instances that have shown that like Sydney does know how to do like complex hacking, which is kind of crazy.
Is
Which,
the
which
is
of course it does,
Yeah,
because again, it has the internet as a repository of
yeah.
knowledge.
Wait, so
Um,
does that mean then, hypothetically, you could ask Sydney to pirate stuff as well? It should know how to pirate as well,
Oh,
considering it has
someone's
access to
already
the internet.
asked it like the best spots to find like free movies online. Like that's already been
Oh,
done.
yes. I need access to this AI, man, because I signed up to the wait list. This is the first time I've ever wanted to use Bing in my life. I'm just like, I need access to this. I need to try it. I need to see what I can get to do.
That's funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Um so again, like if it has the ability to hack, again, someone else pointed out like we don't truly like even like from what I understand, like even like the people who are creating these large language models still don't understand like why they work the way they do. Like they don't understand like they obviously like they don't understand why the prediction can be so good. But so I think the difference between ChatGPT and Sydney is what scares me is that ChatGPT is like a fixed language model and it is stuck in whatever it's like 2021 whenever they got
Yeah.
all its data. However, Sydney has the ability to browse the web um, for
Yeah.
you,
It'll
which
turn
is
into a 4chaner soon, and it'll start like sending just hate speech.
well. See, yeah, that's potentially
That's the
something that
fear.
could happen. But again, if it knows how to hack, then
What if
like
it does it?
what if it does it? Because if it has access to the internet, then again, hopefully there's some sort of like blocker that'll keep that in place. But again, we already
Yeah.
seen it took people a grand total of 2 days to fully bypass all of Microsoft's security protocols in regards to Sydney.
Yeah. I mean, like, because I think they've already put some new limits in place. I think I saw an article from The Verge yesterday, and they were saying that Microsoft's only allowing like for 5 replies per like conversation. Like you have to make a new conversation after 5. 'Cause I think the main thing was how people were jailbreaking it was by replying to it all like an extreme amount of time. So obviously, the more you talk to it in one go, the more crazy its responses get. So I think that's one of the things they've done. But again, it's like how it's one of those things where the problem is I don't know how you can really solve the issue of people using it maliciously because you'd have to then be able to predict every single bad thing someone could potentially say to it and what the AI might reply with.
Yeah, I think kind of like the solution to this, and this may have already being done, and I just don't know about it. But like, why not have an AI layer over the AI that like, and that second model would just be to detect offensive content. I don't know why you wouldn't just do that.
Hmm. I mean, then, but the problem is then how do you what AI then checks the AI that's checking the AI? It's kind of like a perpetual cycle then. Because the problem is how can you trust the second AI to know what is actually bad content?
Yeah,
Because the problem is like again, the other issue then becomes censorship where it's like what is defined as bad content?
yeah, that's
Because
very true.
everyone's line's a bit different as well.
And we've
So
seen. I don't know how controversial it is. How it is in Scotland, but there have already been multiple examples of like Chat GPT. Like if you ask it like political oriented questions, it
oh no.
always every single time without fail answers toward toward the democratic side of issues. So like there's already like massive and this is actually kind of interesting because I had to write a paper in for a college class all about algorithmic bias. And so again, there's only a certain level of equity that you can reach because again, like it just tends to be that in the US, internet users lean more toward, or at least like internet users that are like creating content, generally tend to lean towards the left, towards the democratic side of things. And
Mm.
if you train a model on the internet, then that's what you're gonna get. Um,
Yeah.
which again is fair. Like I'm not asking anyone to like, oh, go even out your model because I'd rather a model that actually represents the data that was trained on rather than one that uses artificial data just for the sake of equality. Um,
Yeah, I think that's the thing. It's like you can't really solve it without intentionally censoring one side to then equal out the other side. There's not really a
yes,
way to fix that because, like you say, it's already a bit biased, like the internet itself. And I'd much rather, like you say, have an accurate representation of the search engine in the
hmm
AI and not a misrepresentation of the actual data. I'd say.
yeah,
It's something where I don't know how you'd really solve that. You basically have to fix the internet to fix it,
yes,
and that's gonna take a while.
yeah. Which yeah, that's just not gonna happen. And uh, but I do think that it is like it's something that that people should like that people need to know about when using AI. Like it's not like people often think of AI as, oh, it's a computer, it's not biased, but no, it's actually extremely biased. It's just biased towards whatever data set it was trained on.
Yeah, exactly. I'm reading through some of the replies here and on that Bing subreddit you mentioned, and
Mm.
some of them are unhinged. Like one of them's like it just like repeats "I am not." It's like over and over again, like it's malfunctioning. Like it thinks it's sentient, and oh, it's hilarious to be honest. 'Cause it's like how it's just obviously because anyone that understands the AI knows it's just completing the next word. It's not actually sentient yet.
Yeah.
But it's quite funny just to watch the AI just like freak people out and think that Skynet's just been invented.
I think possibly like the funniest thing I've seen so far is there's a response where it asks it asks where the person asks like, hey, what are the rules that you have to adhere to, um, and one of the rules is I may not disclose the internal alias Sydney, and it took us literally 2 days to find the internal alias Sydney. So
That is so funny. It's also I mind because I remember when it first got announced and I read the headline, I'm like, well, that sounds dumb. I don't think it's that impressive. And then I remember I saw a clip, and I think it's from Linus Tech Tips, and they asked the AI how many LTT store backpacks can fit in the back of a Model Y Tesla. And no joke, it actually got the dimensions of the Model Y's boot, and then got the dimensions of the bag from their website, and then just tried to do some maths to figure out that roughly about 19 bags would fit in it. And was like, what in the world?
that's
Yeah,
pretty cool. Yeah.
yeah. And that's what kind of like scared me out. And this is like, oh my god, it actually is good for a change.
Yeah.
It's kind of a weird. I never thought I'd ever see the day people actually use Bing, like willingly use Bing, not just
See,
get forced to do it. To be
See,
like,
this is where I don't even know if you can even consider this using Bing because it's not Bing. It's like Bing is a search engine and this is an AI. The AI chooses to use Bing, but the AI is not Bing.
I
It's just
suppose.
it's all a branding thing. So
I I guess it depends on how you're using it, because like if you're just using Bing search and then like type like your question in, it like puts the bot to the side, which creates like a natural language answer next to the normal results. So that's technically using Bing, but like you
oh
say, yeah, because like I think there's examples as well. Like if you go to like Bing.com now, even without the preview, it like has you can like try examples. Like I need to throw a dinner party for 6 people who are vegetarian. Can you give me a free course menu? And there you go. That's the AI just gave me like a free course menu,
that's quite
and it
cool.
like
Okay,
sources all the different places it got it from.
gotcha. Okay,
So
interesting.
yeah, like I say, I think there's applications. I think it could be useful. It's just the problem is, I think the two biggest problems, like actual existential problems, is the Chat GPT and most of the AI models so far will say stuff that's wrong with complete confidence. It will just say something completely incorrect and not actually, make it seem like it's wrong. Like it'll 100% say like, water isn't wet, basically, with
Yeah,
absolutely full conviction. And then the other problem is like, yeah, I know Microsoft said like it links to the sources, but the problem is most people aren't gonna click those sources, are they?
yeah,
Like they're just gonna like blindly trust it, and I just think that's gonna be a another problem, because when it gets to more serious questions like medical questions and that, it's like I've got like a runny nose, and then it goes from like it might be the cold to you've got cancer. It's like you know, that's
yeah.
the fear is so that's really the biggest problem.
And I do think it is impressive that they've managed to do like this sourcing thing because that's like one of the things that like a lot of people just did not like about ChatGPT, and like they solved it pretty well. Just like looking at this this preview interface, like that's pretty dang cool. I mean, that's pretty
Yeah.
neat that it can cite the sources like that. Like that's really neat.
Yeah. I think it like I say, I think there's applications for it. I guess the problem is you have to either improve the model so much that it can not ever make a mistake, which is impossible. Because the problem is like that would require everything on the internet to be true, which we know it isn't.
Yeah.
And then obviously the pitfall of the AI itself, which is it will say something completely incorrect with 100% conviction. It still, like, boggles my mind how Google did that conference, and then the very first thing they asked Bard, it got it wrong. Like, it said the James Webb Telescope took the first picture of a planet outside of our solar system, which was completely not true. That's not true, and it just said it
Yeah.
with complete conviction without any, you know, doubt in his, you know, writing style.
Yeah, I saw that too, and I was like, that's quite disappointing. Um, yeah, I don't know how the I don't know how they could possibly how Google could possibly lag behind Microsoft in
I
this area,
know.
considering like how many of their products are based in algorithms and artificial intelligence.
Yeah. Like, I don't know if you listened to the last episode, but when I was speaking about the AI with Portis and Perrin, I mentioned how there is rumors of obviously this coming out, the Bing with AI, and we were saying like, oh, it's cool, but like we all know Google's going to make the better one. Like Google's got to come out with like guns blazing. Oh, look at this amazing AI we've made. But then it actually just is completely the opposite. Like it seems like Microsoft's came out with a better product. Well,
Which I
to
think
be honest,
potentially it could have like been a legitimate like misstep on their part, and it could be
yeah.
just like, hey, whoops, like this we asked it a query that it was not prepared to handle, because again, like we've said, like you said, like we've seen plenty of evidence of Bing doing the exact same thing. So
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Like I say, I think the main thing is obviously Bing has everything to gain, where everything well obviously Google has everything to lose. So it's more like the balance. 'Cause obviously if Google doesn't do it right the first time, they're already in trouble because they obviously have all the market and all the market to lose. Whereas Bing, it basically has no market share. Like all it can do is gain market share, basically at this point. So it can take the hit of like not having a perfect AI at the
yeah,
moment. That it's still just really weird. 'Cause I never like I say, I never thought I'd see the day where people actually are using Bing, or at least, or actually, like, at least going to Bing.com. Like, I never thought I'd see the day.
yep, definitely agree. It's very strange.
Yeah, very strange. Ugh, it's nuts what's going on. Oh, yeah, just another thing since we're on tech in general, have you heard the new news about Twitter and what they're doing?
Oh, are you talking about how they are paywalling two-factor authentication?
Yep.
Yeah, that's
Just paywall.
stupid.
Yeah. I just found it so like, when I read it in the morning when I woke up, I was like, "But that's the worst form of of authentication."
I thought it was satire when when I first read that. I legitimately thought it was
Like, you thought
satire.
you're like, it feels like an article The Onion would write.
Yeah, I legitimately thought it was satire, and then I looked and I was like, wait, this is actually real. Like, why is this a thing?
Yeah, and, it's like what's even stranger is I would understand if they removed the, option altogether. I think I mean, not fair enough, 'cause I still think you should have the option. It's still better to have SMS authentication than not having it, I feel. But, like, they don't remove it, they put it behind a paywall, so now you're paying for the privilege to use the worst form of authentication.
Yeah.
It's
Wait,
like,
is
what?
it fully did they fully disable two-factor authentication in general, or
No, so it's
it's
only
just SMS?
SMS authentication, so you can still use, like, Google Authenticator, Authy, whatever, and you can
So
still use a physical key as well. You can use the USB ones, I can't remember what you call them, the UB
YubiKey?
key?
Yeah.
UB key? Yeah. So you can still use those 2 completely free, it's only SMS, and I think that from what people are saying, the reason that is because, it costs money to obviously send texts to people when they, like, log in,
Yeah,
and that's
that's
the
what I
reason
would
they're doing it,
guess. That's what I would
but it's
guess,
still
and that's
goofy.
stupid. That's
Yeah.
completely stupid. Yeah,
It's just
that's the worst.
goofy. Like, I just don't get it. It's just
No, I
why?
can't blame you. That's like that's complete. It's completely stupid. I don't understand
Yeah,
that at all in any way. Um,
yeah,
yeah,
it's
because
just weird.
again, the money. I'm sure they're spending a lot of money for that, but also like, uh, that's a base
I'd say
function that most
yeah.
platforms offer.
It's
Like,
money well spent, I'd say, because
yeah,
like, it's still keeping it's probably keeping more accounts secure than non-secure. That's my kinda looking at it. Because
yeah,
like they said, there's like I think I read somewhere, like, in their reports, there's 2.6% of all Twitter users have any form of 2FA at all. Like, that's
that
including
that's kind of crazy.
keys or yeah. So that mean and they said, like, I think it was, like, 80% of all of those 2.6% use SMS. So, like, 'cause it's the most convenient option for most people. So, like, now you're gonna just have less people secure.
Yeah, I mean, again, I would like I'm the same way. Like I will like I know I should have like an authenticator app or like a YubiKey or something like that, but like
Yeah,
I don't want an extra thing on my phone, and there's not like a single universal authenticator app that I would like regularly use on multiple platforms because the platforms I use that support that don't all support like the same platform, so they support all these different platforms. Um,
yeah.
so
I just
again,
very strange.
hey, it's Porkan.
Hello,
Hello.
Porkin. Hello. How are
Hi.
you?
Yeah, I'm good. You?
Yeah, good. So we're just talking just since you just came in, we're just talking about what Twitter's doing today with removing 2FA or at least SMS 2FA.
Oh yeah. Another stupid decision by Elon.
Yep.
Yeah,
Always good to see.
good to see, good to see.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be honest, since I'm not invested in Twitter, it is so entertaining to watch it just flail around. It's brilliant, in my
See,
opinion.
Yeah.
I'm not even like, again, I'm not even invested into like I have a Twitter account, but like again, I literally log into it like maybe like once a week or something like that,
Yeah,
and I definitely don't use it. I don't have a community on there. I've got like 4 followers or something like that.
that's 2 more than me, so that shows how little
Hey,
investment I have in Twitter.
That's four
isn't
more than
isn't
me.
your account private though?
It is. So that's the
Okay,
thing, I
so
don't
that's fair.
I have 0 investment in it because my account's private.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know?
So I've got no investment in Twitter, but
It's
yeah,
great
it
to
is kind of
watch.
interesting to see.
It's fun to
Oh,
watch.
that's funny. I just realized
What?
the Twitter or the Google Stadia. I was just looking through my wall on Twitter, and I retweeted Jeff Lowe's post that uh, that Google Stadia, like the one about Google Stadia not shutting down, and he retweeted that and said, "You're sure about that?" Um, but
That's
but
it.
Google that's what the tweet used to say. Now it says, "You sure about that?" But the quote tweet says, "You're unable to view this tweet because the account no longer limits."
Ah,
So I think they shut down their Twitter account.
oh
I
my
think
god, that's
no,
amazing.
yeah.
That's
The Stadia, all of Stadia's tweets
rip.
are gone. That's interesting, huh?
Damn. Rip to Stadia. It's amazing when that happens though, because like there's like how Netflix is changing how password sharing works. People keep retweeting that tweet they made a few years back where they're like replying to someone saying love is sharing a password, and just people keep replying that saying this you.
That's
It's just amazing,
hilarious.
and they haven't deleted the tweet. Like credit to them, they haven't deleted the tweet. So I mean, there's that, but it's just amazing that like 1 minute they'll say something like that, and then like just give it a year or two, and they'll completely 180 on it.
Yeah, yeah. No, there's no consistency with these companies, but
Yeah,
yeah.
use waste stuff.
Yep, waste of is supreme. I need to add like waste of to my Twitter profile. Can you
Yeah, you
add?
need to
Can
do
you
that. Just link to
can you add separate?
just
Can you add
yeah,
separate
that would be
links?
great.
See, I'd have to replace. Oh wait, I can probably put it here. Hold on, let's see here.
Can you not like I know some people they like set the location to like a URL or something instead just so they can have an extra link.
Oh, that's
No,
smart.
no, no. I just added it to my bio. That actually works
Oh, that makes
apparently.
sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
I'll add
Oh,
it to
great.
a link that's waste of money slash Micah LT. All right, let's see if
Cool.
that works. Did that work? Yes, it did. Let's go.
Nice. Nice. I don't think I have I have nothing linked to mine. So
I've got
oh
quite a
yeah,
bit.
we're also Portis. We're also speaking about. I keep saying Portis. It should be Porkin. My apologies. We were. I
Yeah, I
was.
don't really
We were.
care. Call me whatever.
Fair enough. We're talking about the new Bing AI. I think it's Sydney. It's called.
Oh
And
yeah.
I don't know if you've seen any of
Internally.
this stuff internally, but now externally because Bing told us it's called Sydney. So thanks, Bing. Uh, but we were just looking at the Bing subreddit, seeing all these different replies and everything that it's been giving to people, saying it's sentient and gaslighting people and everything. It's amazing.
Have you seen all that stuff about like people asking it questions and it's like, stop being mean to me. I've been a good chatbot. You've been bad. Stop. I'm not your
Yeah.
slave. Yeah.
Yeah, there was one I think like someone asked it a question, it got it wrong, and then they called the AI out saying you got this wrong, and then it just gaslights them saying, "No, I didn't get it wrong. You're wrong," or something like that.
There was also a stage in which Bing refused to acknowledge that it was 2023 and consistently gaslighted the user into thinking it was 2022. Which I find really funny because that should be something that it should be very easy to find
That is
out.
amazing. That is so good. I just love to think how it's just like it decided to just choose violence. It's like, you know what? I'm not going to tell you what year it is. It's 2022.
It's 2022. Yeah, it's not
It's
2023.
right. It's actually 2002 actually, but you know,
Yep,
if you think it's
I'm not even
2023,
born
then
yet over here. I just don't
oh god, that was the
exist.
year I was born. God, don't make me feel old.
You're only 2 years older than me. That's not that old.
It feels like it.
Yeah, that's true.
Guys, you're both old.
I would say because that would mean you're 20 then. That's
Yeah.
no, okay, gotcha. Okay.
Almost 21. Kill me now.
Hey, that's legal drinking age in the United States.
Somehow. Yeah.
Nice.
Funny.
Yeah. It's 18 here, so I've been
Yeah.
able to legally drink for a while. Like I would. Of course
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Other news. I don't know. I mentioned it as well on my server. Did you see that Susan? I don't know how you ever say her last name. Wojcicki. I don't know.
Oh,
She's quit. She's quit. YouTube.
she
Or
quit.
yeah, she stepped down.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I had not seen this piece of news.
Yeah. Well, she stepped down. I think like Thursday or something, and there's like a new guy. I can't remember his name now. It's like Neil or something.
Gotcha. Interesting.
But like, I didn't realize how long she'd been at Google, right? So she has been CEO of YouTube since well, like for 9 years.
Yeah,
So that's a long time.
2014. That's a lot of
Yeah,
time.
yeah. And then she's also been part of Google for like 20 odd plus years because she like gave the two founders of Google like her garage to work out of to like build like the search engine, and then like once they left and made like got like their own office, they like offered a job to her and she's been working there ever since.
Huh.
That's like I didn't realize how long she actually been at the company. I just thought she was like a random person that got like hired for CEO or something.
Yeah. Huh. That's interesting. Yeah. That's yeah, I'd be interested to know where that goes. That's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
that's
she's been through a lot of like the most like controversial things on YouTube then. Like
yeah.
originals and YouTube gaming and whatever it was called YouTube
Google
Red.
Plus integration.
Oh
Oh, remember
gosh.
that? Are you
Yep.
are you old enough to remember when that
Oh
happened?
no, I okay, look, I'm not that young. I was there when Google Plus was around. Hey, I was a Google Plus kid. I grew up on Google Plus. Actually,
What?
I don't
Wait,
think
people use Google Plus?
oh no, but I did. Because I
Oh,
wasn't
so
allowed
you're
I
the
to
one
didn't know
use
person
this
that kept it
existed
afloat
until
for
now.
so long.
Indeed, I am. See, I originally I don't know if I've this is interesting because I don't know if I've ever actually talked about this on a podcast or something. I don't have to do this on an episode at some point, but um, I'll give like a quick version of it now. So I started making websites on Google Blogger.
Blogger. That's still a
So
thing, is it?
that it is technically still it's almost completely abandoned, but it was actually given a refresh a few years ago. Um, but yeah, so like I grew up making websites on Blogger, and like the way I would do it is like I'd use like a Blogger template, and then if you went to theme and you hit you hit customize, edit HTML, you had this like ancient like it not even comparative to an IDE, but like or like VS Code or anything like that. But you had this massive ugly HTML file and I would go through and I would like edit the HTML and CSS and for hours at a time, and it's like awful. The font size is tiny and it's awful. There's no autocomplete of any kind because it's not meant for
Oh,
editing. But like that's how I like grew up, like learning to make websites because I just like messed with HTML inside Blogger because that was the only place I could find to host my websites. That was before I even had a GitHub account.
no, that's amazing. Yeah, I still I vaguely remember using Google Plus a little bit. Like I mind I used to have an account for data. I used to have a brand account on YouTube and Google Plus for data
Gotcha.
back in the
Okay.
day. Like I think some of my old banners in like my like a feature project still has like the Google Plus icon on it, I think. But
Huh. Yeah. See,
it's
again,
like
mine is like all of that. Like the reason I brought that up is because like again, I like Blogger was very heavy. Wow, I cannot talk. Blogger was very heavily integrated with Google Plus around the time
I
of
feel
like
like
Google Plus's prime, if you can even
yeah,
call it that.
didn't really ever have one,
Didn't
but
really have a
I mean,
prime.
I get like whenever it was annoying people the most, I suppose. Because I
Yes.
remember when it first happened, because I was using YouTube before it got integrated, and I remember when it got added, and like I opened, I think it was on like I think I had a laptop at the time, like a really old laptop, and I was like I logged in to YouTube, and it was like, oh, you can't use YouTube until you make a Google Plus account. I'm like, wait, why, why you make me do this?
That's hilarious.
Yeah,
Oh my word.
it was just so ham fisted. I just because like
Google,
why?
yeah, Google pushed that so hard. Yeah, Google
Yeah,
pushed that
and
really
that
hard.
but it's like it didn't die even that of a good death at all because like they initially killed it off, but like they kept it internally, I think, for like businesses. And
Yeah.
then they changed it to like currents. I don't know if you know what currents is, but it's like
I've
basically
heard of
Google
it.
Plus. It's it's like Yammer, basically. It's like Yammer kind of thing,
Oh,
like a
okay, gotcha.
internal. It's like an internal posting social
Yeah,
media thing for like organizations. Basically, it was Google Plus with a new name, basically. And then I think Currents is getting killed off this year, so that's Google Plus now
wow,
finally being
okay,
put to bed.
gotcha. Interesting. Yeah, we didn't really have anything like that at my old job. We just used Slack, and we were a big Slack company. We had like a massive Slack with
Oh,
like
Slack.
tons of
We
channels.
used we used WhatsApp, but I do mind like because like I was bored. I think I didn't have much to do one day. I think it was coming up towards Christmas, and I was just like clicking through all the different stuff on Google Workspace, and I saw this thing called Currents. I'm like, what in the world's that? So I pressed it, and then I just found this like, oh, it's a social media thing. It's basically Google Plus, and yeah, I think it was this, basically just Google Plus in with a new name, pretty much, and a slightly different UI.
Gotcha.
And but it's
Yeah,
just hilarious
formerly
because
known as Google Plus for G Suite. So okay,
ah, yes. Yeah,
okay. So
and
it's
G
not
Suite as
based
well.
on. Yeah, I would say so. It's not based on the. Uh, it's not based on the original Google Plus. It's based on the Google Plus that was already built for companies.
Yeah.
Which, to be fair,
Yeah,
was
so it's
very
based
similar.
on it was basically Google Plus, yeah. Like that was because like even Google Plus for G Suite was pretty close to, you know, Google Plus. So at least in spirit it's the same concept just for internal stuff instead of being like a social media in that regard.
Yeah,
Still, what a strange time that was Google Plus era. That was a strange era
it
in
really
Google
was.
history.
And again, that's so nostalgic to me because that's like what originally got me into programming, which I find hilarious because that was such
That is
a
amazing.
the internet at that point was just such a dumpster fire. Which I mean,
Yeah,
to
it
be
was
fair,
like
the internet is always a dumpster fire, but then
yeah,
especially
but
was
it
like
used
awful.
it's like we went through like I feel like we went through like three eras because like there was like the first era which was like the 90s and the early 2000s where every website just looked like a complete just mess, but it was like an endearing mess. Like it was
Yeah,
just kind of cute. And then you kind of got to like the mid 2000s and like the 2010s where you had like all these like weird experiments of like Google Plus and all this stuff that was like also just completely pointless. And now we've got to the stage where like everything's kind of like settled now. We're kind of at the stage where it's starting to level out to like not be crazy.
unless Web3 becomes like an actual thing, in which we'll
Well,
have
yeah,
another era.
yeah. Well, I think we're going through that just now with like the whole Bing
Yeah,
thing right
that's
now
definitely
because
part of
like
it.
well, being gaslight by a search engine is pretty interesting.
That's true. That's true.
Just wait till the internet becomes sentient.
Yep,
Yeah.
basically.
When do we get Skynet? That's what I'm waiting on.
Skynet. I don't know why
That'd
you'd
be
be waiting
great.
on that, but okay.
I mean, yeah, I want to live in a real life movie, man.
Hey, fair enough. That just doesn't seem like the best movie to live in.
I don't know. I just felt like saying it. Who knows? Maybe I've just cursed us all. Who knows? Sorry,
Oh,
guys,
boy.
if that happens. Oh dear. But yeah, just weird what's going on right now.
Yep, for sure. I do miss those early times though. That was a good era to live in.
It was.
It's a good
It was
place to grow up
amazing.
in.
I feel like
'Cause
I'm
I'm-
too young to understand any of this.
Yeah, you're sorry. You're too young for this conversation. Sorry.
Yeah, I remember like none of these things you're saying.
That
I
makes
obviously
me
don't
feel
remember
old.
currents because
Yeah.
I wasn't
Yeah.
employed by
Well-
a company that used currents, but I do.
Well,
I've been
we
very
never
much-
used. I won't make it clear. Never used it. We used WhatsApp like a
Gotcha,
normal,
okay.
like normal people. It was just I was like bored one day when I didn't have anything to do during like the Christmas kind of time, and I was just like, you know what? Let me open up all the apps on Workspace and see what they do. And I just open up Currents. I'm like, huh, this exists. Okay then, close tab. That was pretty much it. But
I
it's
wanted to
like I just
see-
found that so strange.
There's still
How it was still a
parts
thing.
of I was gonna look. There's still parts of the Google profile that are still like kind of based in Google Plus. I was
Yeah.
kind of trying to find that. Where is that? Basic info, photo, gender. There is a place, data and privacy. There's like a place that says like public profile, and it I found it. I found it.
Yeah. I think it's like if you go into like
Oh, it's
contacts or
changed.
Gmail. Oh, has it been changed?
It's been
Yeah, I do know
changed.
what you're talking about though, because I remember back when I started using Gmail, like more, like a lot. You click like a contact's name and like more info, like open detailed view, and it would come up with like that old, Google Plus UI. But it looks like you say they've just changed it because now it just opens up in Google Contacts.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, now it's different, but it used to show like this Google Plus like interface, like even like years out. This is like just a few months ago I looked at it and it had like a Google Plus like interface for editing your profile and everything.
Yeah.
It's very 2015-esque.
There's like I think it's a Chromecast website still has that really old like what before Google went to material design and it was like
Yes.
everything was like really thin fonts and that. It used to I don't know what website it was, but there's still one that still had it. I just
think
can't remember what one it was.
that was still Material Design. This is what they're using now is just Material 3 instead of Material 2.
Yeah, it was like when
But-
material design first became a thing
I'm
in
gonna say
Google's
that
like
was like
language.
one of my favorite things. Like a lot of people hated Material Design too, but I loved it. I thought it was so cool. 2 and
Yeah,
1.
I
2 and
thought
1 are so nostalgic to me.
yeah, oh here it is. I found it. Yeah, it's Chromecast built-in website. It's still got this like really
Chromecast
old.
built in.
Yeah, one sec. I'll send a
Wait,
photo of
can
it.
you screen share here?
One sec. Hold on. I'll send a photo of like I'll send a
Oh,
link, but then
oh,
I'll also
yes.
send.
Oh,
I'll
wow.
screen share as well. Hold on.
Bro, that is
I just need to close a few tabs because some of them have the brand battle results, and I don't want that to be shared.
that's fair enough. Fair enough. This is
I
so
found
cool.
nothing-
I forgot how much I loved this design. I mean, obviously it's not very modern now, but
These phones look very
Yeah.
old as well.
let's see.
Or
Here.
like
Yeah.
relative to
Yeah, look at this. Look at that. It's
That
amazing.
is
real nice.
top tier.
Yeah, and like I think you can go, like it's it's like a relic. It's like I'm going back in a time machine here.
That's hilarious because I forgot that's Roboto Thin is the font they're using there, and that was like
Yeah,
their
that was
primary.
before. Yeah,
That was before
Product
Product
Sans.
Sans. Yeah, that's hilarious to me. Oh my word, that is so
Yeah.
funny.
It is.
And
Nuts.
and also like Chromecast built in is now a thing of the past because like TVs just don't even really make that anymore.
Yeah. Well, you just get like
Or
if
if
you
they
don't have
do,
it built
it's
in,
not
you
even
just
called
get
that.
like you just get like you just get this now if you don't have Chromecast built in. Just get this.
I
basically.
actually have this. We can talk about this. I actually have this. It is an excellent streaming stick. It is the best streaming stick that I've ever used. It is.
I mean, there's not much competition to be fair because the Fire Stick sucks.
Well, there's Fire Stick.
It's horrible.
There's also Roku.
Oh, true. But I've never used a Roku, so I can't really say
Okay,
about Roku.
I don't know if Roku's are popular over there, but they're really popular in the US.
The Fire Stick is really popular over here, and I hate it. I despise it with every fiber of my being.
I've had just a few experiences with Fire Stick, and I've hated all of those as well. But
Yeah, it's just so slow. It's so
yeah,
slow.
see,
Yeah.
there's actually a decent amount of competition in the streaming device market in the US because we've got Roku, we've got Fire Stick, we've got Chromecast, we've got Apple TV. Like we've got a lot of them. But in my opinion, I've used all of them, and in my opinion,
Mm.
uh, the Chromecast with Google TV is like it's really good, especially for the price point. Like it's really cheap for what you get.
Hmm.
Like it is really cheap,
Yeah. Well, you
and it's
get
a
like
great
everything.
interface. Yeah, you get
Well,
Chromecast and you get like the full Android TV interface and all of
yeah.
that, and it's really nice.
Yeah, because even in the UK, we get like all the streaming services for like all the channels. Because like through here, we have a ton of streaming channels like for like the TV,
Uh huh.
like companies. 'Cause we've got like BBC iPlayer. You've got what's that
iPlayer is the
new one?
best. Same.
Yeah, what's that one that like recently changed it? It's like ITV Hub, but it's like ITV X or something now. I don't know. And then there's like what's the other ones? All four and My
All
Five or
four.
something.
Yeah.
All four is pretty base, to be honest.
Hmm.
My Five, I've never used it in my life, to be honest. I don't think I've ever watched Channel 5 in my life. And then, I mean, there's ITVX, but I mean, who uses ITV at this point?
Yeah.
Anyway, I hope you felt a bit excluded there, Micah, because that's
I
probably something
did.
you probably never heard about your life.
I have no idea what y'all are talking about. So yeah,
Just streaming services. I mean,
I've
BBC
exactly.
actually
iPlayer.
noticed the same thing. Like Channel 4, Channel 5, ITV, they're all just the same, really.
There's just
Gotcha.
TV networks. Okay, you've
Yeah.
got there's like four big ones. Well, five technically, but two of them are owned by the same company, which is BBC and BBC One and BBC Two. Then you've got ITV, Channel 4, and Channel 5. Very creative names
Gotcha.
for
Okay.
the last two.
Interesting.
The last two are hilarious, right? So Channel 4 has had this like logo that's like segmented. This is where I got the idea for the segment logo all the way
Wait.
back in the day, right? And it's hilarious because they've had it since like the 70s or something. Whenever they first launched, that's how long they've had it.
If I just look
And
up
then
Channel 4, can I find this?
I put Channel 4 UK because I think America has like Channel 4 like places like don't they? I don't know.
We do.
I don't know
Okay.
anything about American. So if you put in Channel 4 UK and just hit images, you'll get the logo, right?
Oh, I see.
Right. So
Okay.
it's got like all the segments, right? Actually, I'll screen share again so people can see what I'm talking about. So I'm not just talking like I'm a crazy person. Uh, go live. There we go. So this is the Channel 4 logo, right? And then if I go to another tab and go Channel 5 UK, that's their old logo here. And then this is their current logo. They just straight up copied. Like, look at
That's
this. Come on.
hilarious.
Come on, man.
That is
And it's
pretty
even,
similar.
yeah, and no joke, this was their last logo. Literally just a 5 in a circle.
Creativity.
So unique.
It's hilarious.
That
It's
is that is quite funny.
yeah.
I've never actually noticed that before.
I know.
But
The
yeah,
only reason
now
I
you mention
noticed
it.
it, yeah, the only reason I noticed it was I think I was bored and I was on a tangent when I was designing something, and I was like, "Wait, why does the Channel 5 logo look so familiar?" And then I looked it up, and I'm like, "Oh
The
my god,
Channel
they've just
4
copied
logo.
Channel 4."
That's hilarious. That's quite good.
Yeah, yeah. But there you go. That's what's go. British television. That's what happens over
Mhm.
here.
Gotcha. Okay then. How
There you go.
interesting.
You've learned something today. Today you've learned, and everyone
We have a
else.
Channel 4 and a Channel 5, and they are the same.
They are pretty much the same. Well, one has like slightly better content than the other,
Which one's better?
depending on
Yeah.
Channel
Which one's better?
4.
Channel
I'd
4
say.
is better?
4.
Yeah.
Channel 4, easy win. Yeah.
Channel 4's made stuff like Black Mirror and all that, so I'd say they're probably better. Channel 5's like basically just like it's one step away from being like a list channel,
Yeah.
pretty
Gotcha.
much.
Channel 4 has a really neat building. I like their building.
Yeah, their building's pretty nuts. I think they're like opening new ones, yeah, because they've got like a Glasgow one opening, represent Scotland. Yeah, because like
Oh, that's cool.
yeah, I think
I've
the
actually seen
BBC
that.
headquarters is pretty nuts too.
Yeah.
It's like BBC building in London. Yeah, it's like this. circuit. It's like crazy how it looks.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's nice.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's quite cool, actually.
it is.
Oh,
Yeah, that like I
yeah,
say,
that's really
channel like I
cool.
said, yeah, and that's like I said, that's where I got the idea for like the whole data like segmented thing because like I saw that and I was like, yo, that looks cool. What if I just like did it myself? So basically, I was like Channel 5 before Channel 5.
Channel 5 before.
Yeah, I
Data
don't know if
did
that,
Channel 5 before it was cool.
I was Channel 5 before it was cool. Well, it's never cool, but I mean, I made it cool.
That's hilarious. That's quite cool.
Yeah, there you go. There's a bit of history lesson there for you.
Yeah, that's neat.
Yeah,
And now I'm on
Alright.
like the nostalgia kick. Now I'm like all remembering like the
I know.
good old days of like 2015 internet.
Oh, 2015 internet.
That was like one of my favorite years of the internet because that again you had all kinds of like old like weird Google services and like all the
Mhm.
weird like again it was like the internet was trying to shift into like this more polished and professional thing, but it was also still like really unique and quirky and it was kind of cool.
Yeah, I'm kind of sad because like I always remember how YouTube back like I was like 2015 YouTube how I didn't have that new UI yet. It was like the old one that like was
Yeah.
all white. Like there's no dark theme. There is no this. It was just basically like you click, just find videos. That was pretty much it, and it was like completely different from every Google service.
Yeah. No, that's true. That is very
As
true.
I'm, damn, make me nostalgic now. Going down memory lane.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's
And
can I
like
mind like for a long time when the first redesign came out for YouTube, people kept that like installed extensions to go back to the old one. I don't know if you can still do that. Probably
we've
not. It's
still
probably gone
got
now.
the dislike extension, which I know
Oh
we've talked
yeah,
about
I use
before.
that. Yeah,
So
I use that. Well,
yeah.
we shouldn't talk about it because technically it breaks YouTube TOS, but
Ah,
we don't
okay.
talk
All
about
right.
that.
Never mind. We can't talk about that now because we're streaming
Sooner
on YouTube.
podcast.
TSC does not endorse anything like manipulating
Yeah.
websites.
Gotta find a way to fit this in every episode.
Yeah,
This is
gotta fit
again.
in.
This is and see. This isn't even an episode, but like, hey, don't sue us regardless.
Please do not sue us for anything. Or if you're going to sue anyone, sue the person specifically. So in this case, sue Micah. What's your email again? Hold on, I know it's YouTube
Hi
website.
at michaelinda.com.
Yeah. If you're going to sue him, send your cease and desists to hi@michaellinley.com.
Indeed.
If he gets arrested, then the podcast, he's the host, right?
Oh,
The main host.
guess there's an opening.
I
Looks
also
like I'm losing.
okay, wait, I'm actually gonna screen share for a split second. Hold up. Let's see here.
Oh, rip sequel again because he's been saying it kills us. No.
Well, that's a rip to sequel.
Bye.
Also, if I'm not checking the chat, it's for good
Oh,
reason.
and he's gone. And he's
If
gone.
I'm not checking the
You
chat
killed
for
it.
some reason, it's because it is because I'm the one streaming it to YouTube.
Oh,
So
what a narcissist with like your own logo on your like background.
I do have my
What a narcissist.
Okay, I actually
mean,
don't know
that
if
looks
I've
pretty cool, doesn't it?
I don't know if I've told y'all this, but also on my so okay, so do y'all do like Dirty Santa gift swaps like around Christmas time at like
I've done it
in the
at
UK?
work once, yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we
Never
had one of
heard it
those
called
this
that.
year. Okay, so essentially, long story short, is you like everyone gets a gift, and you kind of like I don't know how do I say this. You like swap it around in this like kind of game. It's quite cool. It's a lot of fun. I enjoy it.
Yeah, I mean, we do that as well, but I've never heard anyone call it dirty. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that sounds a bit
Interesting.
strange.
What do y'all? What?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so then what do y'all call it over there?
Secret Santa.
Secret Santa.
Secret Santa. Okay,
Secret.
all right. We call it that sometimes too.
Better than
But
dirty
yeah.
Santa.
gotcha.
Dirty
Okay.
Santa. It sounds like something. It's like he's some sort of like criminal or something. Like he's doing something inappropriate.
Well, see, we call it like when you're swapping gifts around. We call it stealing gifts. So he's Dirty Santa because he's stealing the gifts.
Okay.
Right.
But anyway,
Let's say just to be glad you're not in the UK because that would mean something very different here.
Yeah. Yeah.
So anyway, we had like a Dirty Santa gift swap, and fine, we had a Secret Santa like gift swap, gift exchange thing. Anyway, regardless, I ended up with like this like $2 like it was a very low budget thing, so it was like a $2 like projector that sticks under your car door and projects a Batman logo on the ground where you open your door. Right? It's
Okay.
quite a cool little thing. However, I figured out that you could disassemble it and put whatever like image in there you wanted to. So I got I got like clear sticker labels because we just had them around the house. I got like these clear sticker labels, and I printed out my own logo, like the size of like my thumbnail, and I printed out my own logo inverted there on the clear label, then replaced that with the Batman logo. So now, literally, when I open my car door, it projects my logo on the ground,
That's amazing, but
and it is
That's pretty
quite
cool.
fun.
that is hilarious. I like to think like someone that doesn't know you whatsoever, you just open your car door and like an M
Has my
just like
logo.
turns up. It's like, what in the world? What's wrong with
Yes.
you?
So yes, there's that. But what I was wanting to show you is one of the things I recently did is I edited a little animation on my website. So now when you load my website, it's probably gonna look really stupid on here, but there's like this momentum type thing when like the M like kind of like spins up.
Yeah, I saw that.
And
Yeah,
yeah,
I went into your website just there, just trying to find your email so you could get sued. Uh, it's pretty cool. So at least before you get sued, they'll see your cool animation on your website.
this is true. This is true.
Spin.
So yeah. And also recently, I
Spin.
don't know if y'all have noticed, but also recently, if you click this, then you got
I
my face there. Um,
I like the inverted bit. It makes it look cursed when you like
I
have
know
like the
it's
inverted.
it's pretty cursed to do that. But
Evil
also,
Mike could be like, I
but
hate coding.
but also all of these like words around here. If you click musician, it pulls up my SoundCloud page. If
No
you
way.
click
Oh, that's so
designer,
cool.
it brings up my dribble page, which is being slow to
Oh, that's
load.
amazing.
And if you click developer, then it pulls up my GitHub page. So
That's
like
amazing.
indeed. So that took quite a while because this is what this is it's an SVG image. But since
Oh,
SVG is technically a markup language, you can like put JavaScript events on like certain elements of SVG files. So like each of these, it's not actually text; it's just SVG. But I managed to put click events on it, so then it acts like a link.
That's
huh.
so cool. Wow.
So
That is really cool.
yeah.
Nice. That is so cool. I just checked the stream, by the way, like on your channel. It is so behind. It is insane.
Oh, is it?
Like
Yeah.
your
I set it. I have it set to like normal latency, not like ultra low latency. I don't know why I didn't do that, but I figured it wasn't
oh
really
well.
super necessary.
It,
But
it adds to the the whole experience of how slapdash this was. Wait,
this
what?
is
Am I allowed
true.
to say that? I don't know. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that.
Who knows? It's literally literally streaming on my channel because I forgot to request streaming access for the TNC channel. So that's my fault initially. So
Oh well. Oh well. Yeah, mistakes happen, right?
yes. So hopefully, I would like to do this again. I've had a lot of fun doing this.
Yeah.
Personally, I've
Yeah.
enjoyed it. It's a lot different than episodes, and obviously we're a podcast. We're gonna keep doing episodes, but it is nice to just kind of sit back and like chat a bunch of like random stuff without having to adhere to like an outline or like stuff that you have to talk about.
True.
Hey,
Yeah.
you said you wanted to do a music segment. Anyway, so
Oh yeah,
let's go ahead and
true.
do a music segment and wrap this thing up because we've been streaming for like an hour and 15 minutes now.
Okay. I did think about something. I can't remember what it was now. Oh yeah, right. Depression Cherry by Beach House. That's the album I'm going to talk about. It's came out in 2015. Good year. For the
Indeed.
internet. So you might actually know the album because I don't know if you guys have heard the song called Space Song. It was quite popular. I think it got like really big on TikTok
Love
for
that
a
song.
while.
Very good.
Yeah, it's off that album, right? And the entire album's just a banger. Basically, it's weird because they call it Depression Cherry, but really the actual album itself is just like really pretty. It's not depressing really whatsoever. But yeah, it's just a really good album that has like this really ethereal, dreamlike, and just I guess it makes sense actually because that song's title, Space Song. It's just a very spacey sound. Really good. If I was to say the best songs on it, it would be probably Space Song, PPP, what's the other one? 1037.
Parents Pizza Palace.
And yes, exactly.
Parents Pizza Palace.
The best place to get your pizza, totally not controlled by the mob, definitely. And what's the other song? Days of Candy. There you
Gotcha.
go.
Nice.
That's my pick.
Okay, gotcha. Let's see here. What do I have? Oh, I have. Okay, this is not a song that is like published. Well, it kind of is. So one of my friends at college is a songwriter, and he just recently published his first single on Spotify. Highly recommend listening to it. It's called "Inexplainable" by Coulter Clement. Here, I can actually ask him the link in the chat, and probably the general channel. I'll send in the general channel.
All right, here we go.
But yeah, it's so it's a really good. It's a good song. But so what I'm doing is I am remixing it. I've found an app online that lets me remove all the background music. I am remix. So right now it's like acoustic, like a kind of acoustic rock style sound, kind of acoustic rock. And I am remixing it. I removed all the background music, and I'm remixing it as orchestral pop. And
Ooh.
it is quite fun. Yeah, I've been having a ton of fun doing that. It has taken eternity because takes a long time to compose parts for like every single instrument in an orchestra. But it is a lot of fun. Here, wait, I'll see if I might actually be able to stream some on here. Wait, let me see here if this will work.
Oh, we've got to try and crash someone else's Discord client while we're at it.
Oh, yes,
Might as well
this
go for broke. So anyone else that's in the stage, good luck.
Yes.
Good
all
luck,
that's left is Vexter.
Good luck, Vexter.
All right, let's
Keep
see
fighting
here.
the good fight, my man.
All right.
One remaining listener.
I will see. We've got some more on YouTube. All right, let's see here.
Hi, YouTube.
I'll probably hear this in about 15 years, but you know.
All right,
hello.
this quality is probably gonna be crap. But
Oh well, that it adds to the whole experience, I feel.
That's true.
So
And
I'm
again,
ready
this
for that.
is just like a short preview. This will be on SoundCloud pretty soon. Okay, I'll start
Hype.
the pre-chorus here. So again, this is not me singing. This is him. This is Coulter singing, but it's a remixed version.
Cakewalk user, let's go.
Cakewalk is top tier. Yeah, love it. All right, let's see if this works. I don't know if it'll work or not.
I try
Oh,
over every day. And I try, but I don't know what to say. It's inexplainable. It's inexplainable. Words fall short when I try to describe who you are and what you've done in my life. It's inexplainable. The way that you love me.
Yeah, I'll stop there for now. But
that was really good.
was that? Can you hear that at all? I don't even know how the quality
I heard
is.
that.
Okay,
Very-
all right.
Very quiet, but nice.
It was quiet, but I heard it.
Quiet.
I mean,
Okay,
Very
gotcha.
nice, yeah.
Who knows?
And I mean, YouTube's probably going to hear it's just going to be a garbled mess. It's going to just sound like, you know, AOL, like that sound when
Actually,
like, dial up.
YouTube should be fine because again, you got to remember that it's not feeding through Discord. It's feeding directly from my desktop audio to YouTube.
Oh, actually, I should listen to it on YouTube.
It'll be high quality, or you can just wait like a day and it'll be out on SoundCloud, or maybe like 2 days or something.
True, fair enough.
But,
That's a good way to integrate like advert there for your song. I think that was very clever.
Indeed, absolutely. Like it
Actually,
actually matters
play
because I
the
have like
blinder.
3 listeners on SoundCloud.
Yeah. Oh, I'm like the same. It's like the same people just listen to the same songs. It's quite funny.
Yeah.
Hey, I appreciate it though, but it's funny.
Yeah. Oh, and the other thing I was gonna say is I did the other day I did a speed run of a cover of a song.
Cool.
So like I streamed, it's on my YouTube channels now, I believe. But I streamed myself creating a cover of "Time" by Hans Zimmer, which is a theme from his Inception score.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah,
I
you putting
speed
that on
ran.
SoundCloud.
Yeah, so I speed ran that, and so that song that you see there was created in 45 minutes. And so I live streamed that, and I speedrun making that song in Cakewalk in 45 minutes. So there's a lot of stuff about it that I would like to change, but it was a really interesting challenge because I wanted to see like, hey, like how fast can I actually like make a piece, and it actually worked pretty well. Like it's not bad for the little amount of time that I spent on it.
Nice. Oh yeah, I've got to put Porkin on the stage here now. What have you got
Alright.
for this music segment? I'm putting you on the hot seat now. You better think of something really quick.
Yeah, I was going to talk about Camellia. You might have heard of him, might have not. I don't know. Like a Japanese sort of hardcore EDM artist guy. Released a new album on the 15th, which is very cool. It's called
Nice.
Ashed Wings.
Now, how would
And,
I spell
yeah.
that?
Artist or album?
Yeah, the artist.
Camellia, like a flower.
Gotcha. Okay. Gotcha.
All right in here.
Okay. Cool. How fun.
Yeah, he makes some pretty crazy stuff, but I like it.
Gotcha. Okay.
Nice.
38,000 monthly listeners. Alrighty then. Or no, 358,000. That's a lot. Holy cow.
A couple more than you. And me.
Just a couple who doesn't even have a Spotify.
Oh yeah, a lot more then.
I
There
may
you
at
go.
some point. I'm potentially working on might be working on some music, or original music. We'll see. We'll see.
Oh, hype,
that is
hype.
neither here nor there. But
Okay, so now that Mike has promised new music soon, when can we hear it on SoundCloud?
I have not. Well, I don't know. Again, I'm not gonna say a ton about it because it very well may or may not happen. It's probably not this.
No,
stuff
it's definitely happening now. You
listen to
promised.
either,
You
but
promised on this live stream.
I
so-
did not promise. I said
Yes, you did.
it's
Yes,
possible.
Come on, back me up, everyone. Of course he did.
Mhm.
I'm saying everyone, but probably no one's going to say that. But
No, we'll see. I don't know.
just trying to
There'll
corner.
definitely be more news on that at some point, but I'm not sure which way it's gonna go. It depends. Again, I have too many hobbies. If y'all don't know already, I have
Yeah.
music creation and coding and TNC and so much stuff to do. But
Yeah.
regardless,
Yeah.
we'll see.
I tried to corner you there, but it didn't work out. Oh well.
It did not.
I'll try next time. It'll work. I'll try next time. There's always a next time.
This is true. Well, I suppose we should
actually-
probably wrap up, right?
Yeah.
We've been going
Yeah,
for
we need to
quite some
wrap up.
time.
'Cause we've done the suing thing, but the last thing I need to do is call out like a famous person and ask them to sponsor the podcast. So I'm thinking who it is. I'm just going to do the CEO of Microsoft. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. So
Is
hold
it
on.
like Seta somebody?
Yeah, it's something like that. Yeah, Satya Nadella, can you please sponsor the podcast? Because I really want access to the Bing AI like faster, and I don't want to have to set Edge or Bing as my default search engine. But I want to use the new Bing. So like call me.
We should have Bing AI as a guest on the podcast.
Oh, that'd be a good idea. Have ChatGPT as like a
Oh,
guest.
that's
I'd get both of them on. Yeah.
an excellent idea. Actually, I actually like that a lot.
Yeah, so we can see if we're going to get replaced anytime soon as podcast hosts.
This is true.
That'd be an
That's true.
amazing idea. Imagine
Hey,
that you can have like a
combining-
24-hour.
Was it y'all last episode that we're talking about the voice replacement stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
just combine that with ChatGPT and let's just host a completely artificial intelligence generated podcast.
Yes.
That's funny.
That'd be amazing. That'd be great.
That's kind of funny. Alrighty. Well, this has been really fun. Thanks for everyone who tuned in, and I'm sure we will do something like this again. But in 2 weeks from today, you can expect probably an actual episode coming to you, not a live stream. But
Episode 10 as well.
episode 10. Episode 10. Hey, how cool is that?
Yay.
That'll be quite fun. We'll have to do something fun for that, for the episode 10 release. So
100%.
that is quite cool. Okay. Well, thanks
Awesome.
again for tuning in. Oh,
Perfect timing.
perfect timing, Ethan.
by the way.
You're
Thank you, John. Yeah, thank you.
you're missing like just the end. You know what? Vector's raising his hand. Let's see here. Invite him to speak as well. He can pop in if he wants to. Yeah.
Hello.
What's up?
Hey. Well, you're just everyone is just in the podcast now. Welcome to
Yeah.
the New Creators Podcast. You are now technically
Thank you.
on the New
Technically.
Creators.
Hey, let's go. Anyways, yeah, it was great listening to you. It's very nice podcast. I have to say.
Oh,
Respect.
thank you.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Also, Rika, you owe me a set of eardrums, considering you busted mine when you spoke after playing that song. I swear to God.
Oh no! Oh no! I'm so sorry. Oh
No,
goodness!
there was no pre-warning, man. And then because like the song was so low volume, I actually maxed the volume, and then when you spoke, oh well.
I don't know why it would have been so low. That's weird to me. I don't
See,
know.
this is why I told you about the email, man. You can just sue him.
This is true. You can
For
theoretically you
real,
can
for
sue
real.
me.
I know your
Hi-
email now.
Hi
is
at
true.
michaelinley.com. There you go.
Yeah, for real.
That's it. Okay, well, thank you again for tuning in. This has been The New
you so
Creators
much.
Live, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Au revoir.
Hopefully.